Shalom, shalom. I'm your brother Kaya out of GMS camp out here in Phoenix, Arizona. You're probably wondering why this is on my screen. This is going to talk about, what these devils are doing, which we've all seen in the grocery store. Every fruit, all the food we eat, GMOs, seedless fruit, and the things such as where is how it is right now. Because see, at the end of the day, Esau Edom once again is as death. And before I start, I want to give his all praise, glory, and honor is to Yahweh, Barashem, Yahushai, Barashem, Wadash. Of course, I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders that have taught us this truth and rule well. Also want to say shalom to the 144,000. Also want to say shalom to the speckled bird out there, even though you may look like the heathen, but are not the heathen. Also want to say shalom to the Akwaf and to the Akim. And Shabbat shalom. We're in the Sabbath. So, going back into this, showing that this devil ain't nothing but death. And see, like I said earlier, when you go to the grocery store, when you get grapes, when you get all these different kind of watermelon and different fruits and stuff, you're noticing that everything is seedless. So I'm going to go and let this play. And, at the end of the day, I'm going to tell, YouTube, this is for educational purposes. I'm not making any money off of this. This is all on social media, from TikTok to whatever. So I'm not making any money off of this or anything of the sort. This is for educational purposes. So I'm going to go ahead and let this play.
We are slowly getting rid of all seeds in fruits and vegetables. And honestly, it's
Now, as you see, we're going to let the devil tell on himself, because the devil is basically telling you what they're doing. How greedy, how selfish, how wicked they are. And see, this is an Edomite, an Idumean, which call themselves so-called white people, which is no such thing as a white person. When you look at him, you can see that pinkish, reddish color in him. He is not white. Matter of fact, let's let him talk.
brilliant, because once every apple, grape, watermelon, and tomato.
Bear with me.
We are slowly getting rid of all seeds in fruits and vegetables. And honestly, it's brilliant, because once every apple, grape, watermelon, and tomato is seedless, guess who controls life itself? No more planting your own food. No more saving seeds for next season. Everything you eat, everything that grows, will come from our labs. And when the last natural seed is gone, that's when it gets fun. We can make them rare, expensive, maybe even licensed. Only billionaires that will have gardens, and everyone else will have to subscribe to eat. Sounds insane, right? But it's already happening. Seedless isn't convenience, it's containment. Every time you pick up a seedless fruit, you're holding a future that can't reproduce. So yeah, expect more seedless, everything. Because the easiest way to control the world is to stop it from growing. So remember to stay safe out there.
Now you see. Now you see how this devil get down. And they're telling you. Other words, whoever controls the food controls you. Also to the point where he said only the rich, the elite, would have natural food. See, that's why another reason today, what is it? They got lab-grown meat where they're making meat out of cancer cells, replicating cancer cells to make meat. Carl Schwab said they'd eat the bugs. You'll have nothing and love it. See, these devils have been telling you what their plan is and what they're going to do while everybody else is playing around thinking they're not going to do these things. As that man was just shopping in the store, as we all do. We all go to the produce aisle. We all go to, the fruit aisle and vegetable aisle. And you start to notice everything does say seedless. Now you see where it's going. See, once again, as I said earlier, this man is as death. And he's not satisfied with blood, according to Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 5. And we'll get that, because it's scripture that I do bring out time and time. But this is this devil's MO. At the end of the day, hey, this is the way this man feels he's going to keep control or get control. This man has destroyed everything. And it shows how greedy and selfish and wicked he really is. Did you hear what he said? Basically, the rich is going to have it, and then nobody else will. You're going to have to come to us if you want something, and we're going to give you the bullshit while we eat good. That's another reason why Tyson's Chicken, why all them farms and all them different places, them buildings caught on fire a couple of years back. No, Kirby, a couple of years back. Start thinking about all them farms, all them not farm, all them what do you call those warehouses and those plants that were making food and whatnot. Look, do you remember a couple of years back they burned? For some reason they burned, and this happened and that happened. The quality of food went to crap. At the end of the day, the rich will stay. They're thinking they're going to stay rich. They're going to try to hoard all the stuff. Beef. You got Bill Gates talking about, the cows and this and that, where, it's too much gases and whatever. What do you think they're doing? They're hoarding all the meat. They're going to take all the cattle. They're going to take everything. You see, this is going to be like the movie. What's that movie? Demolition Man. If y'all know what movie. If y'all have ever seen that movie, Demolition Man. With Wesley Snipes and what is that? Wesley Snipes and Stallone. And at the end of the day, they had to go what was it, underground? And then the lady, he was like, "Oh my God, this is a good burger." And she said, "No, it's in Spanish, it's rata. It's rat." They had to live underground while the people at the top, the rich people was on top getting food and getting this and getting that. Going to that, how you say that? Dystopian, if I'm saying that right. You see where this devil is headed. And bear with me, y'all. Kirby's acting up. Hold on. I can't have no privacy. Not for 5 minutes. Come on. You always gotta see what I'm doing. Salaki, y'all. Me and this beast. But anyway, So, it's going to get some scriptures. It's not going to be very long. It's going to be a little quick hit, perhaps. So, let's go here. Let's go to Job. As we, let me see. Yeah, Job 9:24. We got to bring that out. Because now you see, we keep telling you who's wicked, who the devil is. Esau, Edom. Matter of fact, Job chapter 9 and verse 24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. And that's just for now. And as we tell you, Yahweh Shema Shai allowed this to happen because once again, this goes right back to the blessing of Esau, what he would get and what he would do and how he would rule. He would rule with a sword. He would be nothing but death. He plots. He does all kind of wicked crap. This is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. And see, now you see who the wicked is. They've been showing you, we've been telling you who the wicked is. It ain't because of his skin tone or no melanin. He is who he is. He's the counterpart of the devil. Matter of fact, what is that? Revelations 2 and 10. Let's go there real quick. Because I like to go into this. Revelation chapter 2. Is it 10 that I'm looking for? Yep. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. And that's coming during Jacob's trouble. That some of us going to be beheaded for the witness. We already know this. But see, the word devil. Because when we talk about the devil, the first thing someone thinks in Christendom or just people running around is, it's a spirit creature. Well, let's see what it says. Devil, right? So when we talk about the devil, we talking about Esau, Edom.
Strong's G 1228. Diabolos.
What is he known to? Prone to slander, accusing falsely. Other words, he lies on other people. He blamed everybody. What's the saying today? What do we say? He throw a rock and then hides his hand. He lies about everything. He lies on you. A false accuser, slander, metaphor. Now look at this one. Metaphor applied to a man who by opposing the cause of God may be said to act the part of the devil or to side with him. That is Esau, Edom. the Edomites, the Idumeans. They side with the devil. Act the part of the devil or side with him. Because they do the things, the devil, you would say, move Kirby. See? So now you see when we tell them the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. Now you see what the wicked are doing. And the wicked think they're going to prolong their wickedness by the RFID microchip, going to Revelation 13, verse 16 and 17. They think they're going to prolong it. Because they're going to want to, if I'm saying the word right, if I'm saying dystopian, where they stay rich and everybody else will be poor and everybody will be slaves to them. They'll control everybody. You'll eat the bugs. You'll be in 15-minute cities. You'll kill and slaughter each other while they watch. Matter of fact, let's get another scripture, right? Let me see. Just sharing some scriptures tonight. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 4. Proverbs 4, and let's see. Here it is right here. This is Proverbs 4 and 16 in the NLT. For evil people can't sleep until they've done their evil deed for the day. They can't rest until they've caused someone to stumble. Now do you see? See, at the end of the day, they can't help themselves. For evil people can't sleep until they've done their evil deed. What that man was talking about, that is an evil deed. That's an evil thing to do. Because at the end of the day, they are death. If you strip seeds out of everything, you take it out. What are you giving people? You're giving them nothing but death. The food is nothing but death. There's no minerals. There's nothing in it. It's wasted calories. It doesn't do anything. You just stick it in your stomach and that's it. Something just to fill you up. Most people have noticed when you eat supposedly good food that you don't get the energy you used to. And I'm going to tell you this, I'm one of the brothers in our camp, Tazar, he goes, out of country every now and again. And the brother talked about when he went to, I know he goes to Colombia, he goes to Brazil, he goes other places. And he says, when you go over there and eat, you notice you get energy after you eat. Here in America, in Babylon, you eat something and you feel sluggish. You feel tired. You don't get anything out of it. But when you go to another country and you eat, you actually feel energized. You actually, feel the food is working. But here in Babylon, aka America, where this devil is ruling, not that he ain't pushing other places, but he has more power over the food here. Look what he does. He told you out of his own mouth that they're going to strip everything. And once they do it, that shows they got the power. Sheesh. Once again, Proverbs 4 and 16, for evil people can't sleep until they've done their evil deed for the day. They cannot rest until they've caused someone to stumble. And that's exactly how it is. Matter of fact, it was another scripture. I kind of quoted it earlier. Like I said, it's going to be a quick hit. This ain't going to be nothing very long. Habakkuk 2 and 5 in the NLT. And we've been telling you about this devil. Bear with me. Wealth is treacherous and arrogant. Wealth is treacherous and the arrogant are never at rest. They open their mouth as wide as the grave. And like death, they never satisfied. In their greed, they have gathered up many nations and swallowed many people. And see, and that's the thing they've done too. Going in these other countries, taking and doing what they do. But at the end of the day, they're never salakim. They're never at rest. They open their mouths as wide as the grave. And like death, they are never satisfied. This devil gotta go, man. But see, at the end of the day, once again, Job 9:24, the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. And it's only temporary. And when I talk about, going back to the blessings, this was Esau's blessing. This was his time to rule. But you see how he rules it. You see how the Edomites, the Idumeans, rule. They rule with lies, trickery, deceit. They kill everything. They destroy everything. Everything they touch, they kill and destroy. You know, one person was on TikTok when they're like, what is so-called white people? And they say so-called, what do white people bring? What is their culture? Death. That's what they're good at. What does Edomites bring in to the world? Death. That's all they bring. Every single day. Nothing but death. The scripture telling you in John, matter of fact, we'll get that. John 10 and 10. Let's get it. What do they bring? John chapter 10. The thief. What does he bring? Let me see. And this is Yahweh Shai speaking. The thief, let me see. The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill. Is that not his MO? Is that not Esau, Edom's MO? The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. And the man just told you, we're going to strip all the fruit. We're going to strip all the seeds out the fruit. We're going to give you what we want to give you. We're going to give you lab-grown fruit, which is basically what we're eating. There's no seeds, anything. And then, just what I've noticed. When there is seeds in our stuff, they're white. They're like a whitish color. If you try to take it and germinate it, it ain't going to grow into nothing. The seed doesn't have anything in it to grow. This is crazy. But see, this is this devil. And Yahweh Shai tells you what he is. The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. And Yahweh Shai says what? I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. That's why we can't wait and for the kingdom. We can't wait for Yahweh Bashmiel Shai to come and pull this devil out of power. We can't wait. Because this devil ain't nothing but death. If Yahweh Shai allowed this devil to continue on what he's doing, there would be nobody left. This devil would eradicate himself. Matter of fact, it was that scripture I was thinking too before I close out. Oh, since we eat this stuff, I want to get that too because see, yeah, we eat the fruit, we eat the vegetables, we eat the stuff these days that that this devil make. We try to, pick the best that we can out of what we can get and what brothers can afford. Some of us, shop at Whole Foods and Sprouts and farmer markets and all that stuff. But a lot of that stuff too is messed up with pesticides and all kind of stuff. But see, we were told that we would eat our bread defiled. Matter of fact, let me get that. That we would eat our bread defiled. What is that? Ezekiel 4:13. Let me see. Bear with me, Israel. Here it is. This is Ezekiel chapter 4 and verse 13. And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. So amongst the heathen here, we would eat the food, defiled. The food is defiled. I mean, you sit there and think about a loaf of bread. Now, look, check this out, man. Boss, I bought a loaf of bread not too long ago. I don't eat bread too much. I try my best not to eat it too much. But left a loaf of bread, like, what is that, Oak Farm or whatever it's called. Sat it up there. That bread never went bad. That bread sat there for more than a month. I'm like, man, that bread still don't, still got its taste to it. Bread don't supposed to last that long. Bread's supposed to be, I remember being a kid. I don't mean to rant, but I'm going to a little bit. I remember being a kid when I had them about maybe 11, maybe 10, 9, 10, 11. I remember my dad having bread. The bread was there. Not even 3 days later, it was growing mold. Fresh bread made, your parents make bread or whatever, your dad, your mom, whoever, make fresh bread. The bread's bomb. Don't get it twisted. Bread is awesome. But it couldn't sit out very long. 3 to 4 days, next thing you know, you go look in there in the back on the butt end of the bread or the front, you start seeing little green spots getting on it. The mold. Haven't you noticed? Your bread that you buy today don't mold. You let that bread sit there. Matter of fact, all you tell me, take one piece of bread out. Just sit it somewhere. Don't worry about the ants or the bugs, because guess what? They're not going to bother it. That's another thing to let you know that it's poison. That the ants don't even attack it. Don't even eat it. The man to walk around that and leave it and go look for something that's worth eating, which is nothing. You know, you sit there and think about the food you eat. And nobody can tell me this devil ain't in rulership. This is, hey man, this devil out here on some bullshit. But Yahweh Shemel Shai is going to take him out of power real soon, Akim, as we know. We see what's going on. We see World War III cranking all the way up. Even though we're in World War III, it ain't came in effect over here in Babylon just yet. Oh, but it's coming. It's coming. Just like Yahweh Shai, he's coming. He is on the way. And he gonna take these devils out of power. And we ain't gotta have to worry about this too much longer. But in the meantime, as the scriptures say, that we eat our bread defiled. You know, he also said, matter of fact, let's get one more scripture right in the book of Mark and we'll close out. Right? What is that? What did I want? Mark. Mark chapter 16. And let's see, Mark 16 and bear with me, Israel. Yep, Mark 16 and 18. And Yahweh Shai speaking, they shall take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick and they shall recover. Now, there'll be a time where, yeah, brothers gonna get spiritual powers pretty soon. Where, you know, if brothers with a group of people that's following that Yahweh shall give them, which is the 1/3. And if somebody got sick and a brother laid his hands on him, he will be able to heal him. You know, in the time when Yahweh shall give these brothers spiritual powers and whatnot. But they shall take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, now does that mean that, you know, we're gonna just go up here and go swallow a bottle of bleach or something? Absolutely not. But still, even in the food that we eat right now, Yahweh Shai still sustains these bodies to make it through it. You know, we're not eating it. We eat the best that we can, but at the end of the day, Yahweh Shemel Shai keeps us going. Another reason why brothers say pray over your food before you eat it. Pray and ask Yahweh Shai to pull out the bull crap that's in it. You know, at the end of the day, and whatever nutrients that it do have, allow our bodies to have in the meantime. But see, once again, you seen what that devil said out of his own mouth, what they are doing. And this ain't nothing new. They've been doing this. They've been doing it because, see, at the end of the day, this is all going towards that new world order. Like I said earlier, you know, whoever controls your food controls you. That's the whole situation with Esau. He wants control. He wants to be like God. He wants to control every little thing. But at the same time, this devil is nothing but death. And he's telling you he's nothing but death. He said nothing, there is no life in it. No different than, you know, two men together. No, like two women together. No life. This man is nothing but death. You know, it is what it is. You know, man, and Salak, you know, if I was ranting and going on, but I just wanted to bring out a few scriptures and I seen that because this devil gotta go. And in due time, he will be going. But anyway, I'll say this, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and close out. I hope y'all was edified. It was just, you know, a little lesson. I'm going to give all praise, glory, and honor. It's to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahach Wadash, and Shalom until the next time.